Now, in the board game tent, I've played the game 16 times with 6 unique players, and the cost per play is down to $8.06. As we look at the breakdown, I have played solo 7 times, with 2 players 4 times, with 3 players 2 times, and with 4 players 3 times. Now, as we look at the pathway to 10 plays, I got the game on October 23rd, and I got my first play in just 2 days later on the 25th. It took me 48 days to hit my 10th play, which was December 11th, and then any plays after that was just a little spice on top. Now, in this next chart, we're looking at the score distribution broken out between player count. I'm using a box and whisker plot chart here. I want to talk about the average of the scores because to me that's a little bit more telling than the box and whisker plot you see here. In solo play, the average score comes to be around 97 points per game. In 2 players, that goes up to 117. In 3 players, we're looking at 125. And then with 4 players, we're looking at 170. Now, I think outside of solo play, those averages will even out the more I play it. In solo play, I do see it being a little bit lower due to the fact that I'm not getting those neighbor cards as I've talked about previously. I think that's a big part of why the score will be lower. But in higher player counts, I do see those scores averaging out and being somewhat similar. Next, we're going to do a breakdown of the percentage of scores. We're going to look at the 10 lowest scores and the 10 highest scores. First, we're looking at cargo. In the 10 lowest scores, 62% of their score came from cargo. And at the 10 highest, only 47%. Looking at objectives, the lowest at 18% and the highest at 38%. Next, badges. Lowest is 14% and the highest only 6%. Lastly, the neighbor bonuses. Lowest was at 6% and the highest was at 9%. Now, lastly, as we look at the gameplay time, I will mention that I did make a mistake as I drew this, but you know what? Here we are. That's okay. I didn't want to restart after that point, but as I'm mapping out the amount of time it took to play the game in each of the player counts, I will talk about more of the average. The average for solo play came to be around 35 minutes. In 2 players, it was an hour and 30 minutes. In 3 players, it was an hour and 34 minutes. And then with 4 players, that was 2 hours and 26 minutes. As we look at the 4 player, you'll see those 2 outliers pretty high there. That was me playing solo with multiple hands, so playing by myself with 4 different sheets. I think the average for most games probably will be between the hour and 30 mark and 2 hour mark. At solo play, it will be significantly lower. I think that once you add at least one other player, it doesn't matter however many you add on top of that, the plays will be around an hour 30 to 2 hours, and that's kind of what I would expect going forward.